So I did something the other day, something that I wasn't proud of. And that thing I wasn't proud of was caring what the internet had to say. I recently started getting involved with some Reddit posting about my Golf R, and some people weren't happy with my mods and how low the car is. I even had someone say, just sell the car before you ruin it even more and lower it more. And I said, you know, you're probably right. I should lower the car more. I should probably raise it because that's the smart thing to do. Here we are, because we're gonna lower the car more today. What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I realized something. The Golf R isn't low enough. I shouldn't be able to fit a whole water bottle underneath the car. Like, what if I'm drinking a water bottle and it goes underneath the car? I'm screwed. So what we're gonna do is we are going to camber the front as much as possible and lower the car maybe another ½ inch or so to get that nice low look. If you compare the front of my car to the back of the car, the back has some nice camber. The front, on the other hand, there's no camber. So today we're gonna fix that issue. Now for the part everyone gets really mad at me about. I am disconnecting the top hat from the car to lower it instead of taking it from the bottom, because the camber plates disconnect from the top. I mean, that's where the bolts are, so that's why we're doing it that way, so don't hate. I definitely said I wasn't gonna take the whole thing out, but then here we are taking the whole thing out. And now we're just gonna try to figure this out now with it out of the car. So BC claims 2 degrees in each way, and I don't know, something's telling me that it looks a bit extreme for 2 degrees, but we're gonna find out, I guess. I'm just gonna put it in, send it, and hopefully it's good. And now I'm starting to understand why camber boys have such a hard time selling their cars. If you run full camber, it turns out you can't run dampening, or have the thing in there at least. It just don't line up right. So I'm trying my absolute hardest to lower it more, but the spanner wrench isn't gripping right, and it's like seized on there. So I'm gonna try a little bit more, but I don't know if I can go lower today, boys. Finally got it loosened. Just took me a while to find the right tool for it. I did 3 rotations lower, so hopefully that's a good amount. And hopefully with the new camber, we're not rubbing at all, because I was at like a perfect ride height that I wasn't rubbing. So hopefully this goes well. So time to just put her back together and look at that fitment. Bro, the car's not even on the ground yet, and you can see the tuck I got going on. So I'm nervous but excited to see what this looks like. Oh man, that's in there. Am I joining the camber squad now, or is this not enough camber? I think I need like -15. I got like -2, but let's drop her and see how she looks. So the reason I'm only doing the front is because I did the front originally when I when I raised it, and I never touched the back, and I'm pretty happy with the back. I will probably end up lowering the back a little bit, but I did want to match the natural camber of the back to the front, and that's why I'm cambering it. So now it looks pretty even, honestly, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I only lowered it probably a ¼ inch, so it's not too much lower. And I want to lower it even more, but it's also really hot out, and I don't feel like taking the whole side apart again. So we're gonna leave it like this for a little bit. But like going to this side of it and touching, like, this is gonna sound weird, touching the fender like this and over here, it feels much lower. So we'll see. So I'm gonna do the passenger side now, but first I do want to see if I have full lock. I have like perfect clearance now, so if I'm going over a bump and I'm turning, I shouldn't bottom out. Maybe on the fender liner, but definitely not on the outside. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So now let's jump to this side. Apparently at some point I lost the bolt that connects the brake lines to the brake caliper, and for some reason this side's different because the bolt goes through farther, so I gotta use a different socket. Huh. Always keep your spare bolts. Found one that fit perfectly in there, same thread pitch and everything, and now I don't gotta worry about my brake line snapping because that was kind of concerning there for a little bit there. But I think we're okay now. One thing that really does suck about this car is a stupid shroud that covers all this, because it's the most fragile piece of plastic I've ever experienced in my life, and it makes no sense, and I absolutely hate it. And I'm gonna have to replace it because I definitely snapped it in half twice by accident, and it just doesn't look good. I don't know what's going on here either. I don't know. German's got that good engineering, but some things don't make sense. The front definitely looks much lower than before. Before I could do a little bit more wiggles than that. Well, I gotta go to the store anyways, so I think what we're gonna do is take her out for a ride, see how she does, do a little edit, and then we'll meet back for a conclusion on today's mod. Fun fact about me, I have probably bought like 10 pairs of gloves over the years for working on cars, and I never use them because I like to feel the bolts and stuff because I don't know. First reaction though, the car does feel lower, which I guess is good. So we'll see how it does on the driveway, because my driveway is a bitch. So we're gonna see how that goes. I really don't know if you can even see me right now, but let's see how this goes. I'm probably still gonna scrape, because I usually do. Oh, that was pretty good. The car is definitely pulling to the right a bit, so an alignment is going to be necessary. But honestly, she feels pretty good. And I feel like with this kind of suspension, the lower you go, the better it feels because it's designed to be low. So I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good right now. It's definitely hitting the fender liner a little bit on full lock, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue, hopefully. There's a couple tabs that are really sharp, so I might have to grind those down or hit them in or something. But let's do a little edit just to show you guys, you know, kind of what it looks like with a little bit of camber to it. Overall, I'm pretty happy now that the fronts match the back. I think that's a pretty cool look, and it feels pretty good too, especially now that I'm a little bit lower. I'm a little bit concerned about the rubbing. Hopefully it's not too bad, but time will tell as I drive it more and see how it is. I'm not hitting fender anymore, I'm just hitting fender liner, so I might just have to get rid of the fender liner, which really isn't the biggest problem in the world. I was gonna end the video, and then I just had my first person like react to my car. She's like walking by, just like looking at it and go, and you just hear her murmur and just go, why the fuck is it like that? It's so low. I'm so happy I had my first reaction to my car being low. That's good, I like that. So I went to the store, I came home, I had that golden reaction, and then disaster struck and I found something out. I thought it was only rubbing a little bit, but you can see something's cutting up my tire completely. And like, I lost like a good layer of tire. And there's two culprits. There's a metal tab hanging down that I think it's that, or I'm hitting a bolt. So I'm gonna have to like raise it back up, but my fitment's so good right now, but I'm gonna have to raise it back up just to take a look at it and take the wheel off and see if I can either get rid of that metal tab or see what it's rubbing on that's causing that, because I wanna be this low, but I don't want that problem. So with my newfound stance, I found some issues. That's where our main rubbing is coming from, which is this fender liner, which is okay. But this wasn't here before, and I'm rubbing through here. And this is like a little knife, and I'm sad to say it, but we're gonna have to raise it like 2 rotations because that's a lot of rubbing, and I don't really want to like die. So we're just gonna raise it 2 clicks. And I'm a little upset about it, but the fender liner and the Golf R is kind of important because I have a lot of active like ventilation for the brakes and everything, so I don't want to like take the fender liner out. But that knife sharp thing is definitely what was cutting up the tire. So I'm gonna raise it 2 clicks and that should be okay, hopefully. Hopefully that does the trick, but I did raise it 2 notches anyway. It's hard to be hot boy stance with these cars, but 1 notch is still kind of lower than it was, so I'm still gonna be pleased with it. Hopefully that does the trick and I don't rub anymore. I gotta say, I hate doing things twice, but I'd rather be like safe than sorry and not cut my tire off and rip my fender liners, so maybe being super hot boy low isn't the move. So this should be better. Here's the thing with cars, if you're not a person who always works on cars or does a lot of car stuff, a lot of it is trial and error, and you'll find that out. So there's a lot of trial and error, especially when it comes to like things like suspension work, that you'll do, you realize it's horrible, and then you'll do it again a million times in a day. So don't be like afraid to do things more than once, because all doing things more than once does is it teaches you how to do things faster and more efficiently. This tire's heavy as shit, but it teaches you to do things faster, more efficiently, and overall, it's good to learn how to do things different ways as well. So you just gotta look at the bright side of things when doing car things. People are always gonna tell you you're doing things wrong, or you're doing things the wrong way or the dumb way, or why would you do that to your car? But at the end of the day, it's your car. So you do what you wanna do to your car. If you wanna destroy it, you do that. If you wanna lower it and then potentially pop your tires, then have to raise it again, like me, then do it. Whatever makes you happy is what you should go do. The car isn't quite as low as I wanted it, and we got more foot wiggle under it, but we got the camber done, and we needed to do the camber because now it matches the fronts and the backs, and still looks really good. So I'm gonna leave you guys off here. I'm about to freaking suffer from heat exhaustion. So comment, like, subscribe, keep all the fun stuff, keep doing you, stay motivated. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and peace.